Hey, once again, this is Ray Kennard back again for the first time. RayKennard.com, Real Christianity. Hit me up. So today I want to do a video. It got me hyped this morning because I was reading an article about Switchfoot. They're a band that sings Christian music, or a Christian band, if you want to call them that. But what they're deciding to do is they're not going to label themselves as a Christian band anymore, or sing Christian songs anymore. And this is interesting. The first person I actually heard with this concept was Lecrae. He's I almost called him a Christian rapper. He's a rapper, and he said he no longer wants to be labeled as a Christian rapper. He feels like, for one, that puts you in a box. It puts you into a certain genre or a category, and you can't reach outside that category. And you think of people in the article, in the Switchfoot article, they mention Christian businesses and Christian Christian authors, like Chick-fil-A, C.S. Lewis. Do you see them overtly mention that they're Christian? I'm a Christian artist, or I'm a Christian movie maker, or we're a Christian restaurant? No, they just do it because that's just who they are. And through that, through their values, like Chick-fil-A, for instance, it's not labeled Christian Chick-fil-A, it's just Chick-fil-A, but through that, you see their values in what they produce in their restaurant. For one, they're closed on Sundays out of respect for their workers and employees to be able to go to church. As far as, I don't know if you guys follow them in this big thing with the health care that's offered, as far as like the morning after pill and them having to offer it as a benefit to their employees. They were refusing to offer it, but different things like that. The Christian values come out through who they are and through their work. C.S. Lewis, of course, he's an author, and he's responsible for the Chronicles of Narnia books. And you see the symbolism and the imagery in his movies, the symbolism of Christ dying, Aslan the lion, being dead, being resurrected, being dead and then being resurrected again. All those different things, they're Christian themes behind them, and it draw massive audiences and draw a massive amount of people into his movie to be able to see that. And so what happens is he's no longer typecast. We're no longer told to stay in our lane as believers. Well, let me back up. What does that exactly mean for us as Christians? If the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, would our lane then be the entire world? Think about that for a moment. If we're always told to stay in our lane, would our lane then be the entire world? Does our lane mean that we can only sing songs about Jesus? As a rapper, can I not sing a song about my Air Force Ones? Canton Jones wrote a song a couple of years ago about he rides on 24s, and a lot of believers had an issue with that. Why are you singing a song about rapping, about riding on their car rims? He enjoys car rims. He wanted to rap about him riding on his 24-inch rims. Now, this is between glorifying it and loving it, as far as making it an idol before God. The Bible says that the love of money is the root of all evil. Not money is the root of all evil. So he rapped about his 24-inch rims that he got and he enjoys. There are different things that you enjoy. There are people that enjoy, like I said, Air Jordan sneakers. Can I rap some songs about me liking my Air Jordan sneakers? But why do we have to stay in our lane? And like I said, if the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, is my lane then the entire spectrum of the world? And what it also does is when we typecast ourselves and put Christian behind our rapping, or Christian behind whatever it is that we do, we're not allowed into those secular arenas. There are only a few select people that are really allowed, when you talk about the music industry, into secular arenas. They're like the Mary Marys of the world, the Kirk Franklins, of the world, T.D. Jakes, Joel Osteen. These are the only people that are allowed to kind of cross over and to go on an Oprah Winfrey, or to go on a mainstream secular hip-hop station. And the rest of us, we're still stuck, as a Christian poet, you're only stuck, or as a Christian rapper, you're stuck rapping at churches and church events and bake sales and black awareness concerts, stuff like that. And so now you're not able to get your message out to the people who really need it. Think about that for a moment. The people who really need to hear your message about Jesus Christ and the cross. because you're not a Christian rapper. You're just a rapper. And if you're a believer, you're going to rap about the things that come forth from your heart. One of the things I talk about in Real Christianity is the R. Real is an acronym. I say this all the time. Relevant, educated, authentic, and loyal. And I believe this goes to authenticity, and I believe this goes to relevant. We have to stay relevant in the culture and what's going on. Like, you rapping at Christian or at Christian venues all the time, it's effective. Now, I'm not going to say that because I'm not going to disrespect what you do. It's still effective, but how much more would you be effective to minister to people who otherwise would have never heard your music or would have never heard your material? I mean, because honestly, Jesus told us to go out and get the people. The Bible tells us that we are sent out as sheep among wolves, but to be wise as serpents and gentle as doves. We so worried about them coming into the church, we need to go out and get them. And how are we going to go out and get them if we're only being exposed at the annual church picnic? Go out and meet the people where they at and bring them in to the house of God and invest in the kingdom that way. Jesus met the woman at the well, right where she was at. We want to be able to talk to people. This is called discipling. This is called mentoring. We want to be able to talk to people, relate to people, find out what their interests are, and how that goes back to their purpose and who God created them to. So with that being said, you don't have to, every one of your songs, it doesn't have to say, Jesus out in the forefront. Because even Beyonce wrote a song about, if you love me, then you should have put a ring on it. Now, I'm certainly not telling you to be like Beyonce because she got her own issues to work out. But, it wasn't a lick of Jesus about, it was a lick of Jesus in that song. But she was admonishing single ladies to raise the standard and make their men step up to the plate and propose to them before you just be with me in 3 and 4 and 5 years and we just kicking it. Lecrae just went on 106 & Park, and he has a song called Round of Applause. Now, the song Round of Applause doesn't mention Jesus one time in the song, but it's a song about celebrating people who graduated college, celebrating single mothers who are raising their kids on their own and getting, going to school, getting degrees, celebrating fathers in their kids' lives. And so from that, because the song didn't explicitly talk about Jesus, he received an invitation to rap at 106 & Park. And guess what? Now from that invitation, 106 & Park promotes you. They promote your Twitter handle. And now Lecrae has over 1 million followers on Twitter. And a lot of those followers came from him rapping on BET. And guess what? When people have access to your Twitter page, now what are you talking about? Now you're talking about Jesus. Now you're talking about scriptures and posting links and articles about Christ and salvation and things of the sort. And it's even opened up more doors for Lecrae to now open up for people like Kendrick Lamar and B.O.B. Now he's rapping in front of millions of people. And now don't walk away from this saying, Ray telling us not to write songs about Jesus anymore or take God out of our songs. No, I'm not saying that. Because at the end of the day, I don't want a label. I don't need a tag. I don't need, a title. But we're just a Christian. I'm just a Christian that's in love for Christ. I'm a lover of Christ. And that should come out through my music, my art, my movies, whatever it is, my blogs, my writing. It comes out through that. I don't need people to put Christian behind me as a blogger, Christian behind me as an artist, Christian behind me as a producer. That's what it's all about. That's the heart of the Father. Just being who you are authentically as a believer, and it'll come through in your works, in your writings. So I just wanted to encourage you with that word today. Once again, hit me up, RayKennard.com, Real Christianity.